Hey everybody, Andrew from Crawford Service here. This is part 2 of the power steering and power brake install on this 72 Chevy Vega GT. Now I had gone through quite a few things before when I did this, so I'm going to cut through some of it. So we're going to start out with the brakes. So this is what I did. I got the booster and I got the proportioning valve out of a 77 Monza. That is, you need those two things together. Now, one thing that was cool, when I put the booster in, there was another hole on the pedal in the car, and the rod actually went down and went into that hole all right, and it seems to work fine. The proportioning valve, you have to have that. The Vega one will not work, so you have to have the Monza proportioning valve with the master cylinder. But if you can't get that, what you can do is I bought, let me show you here, I have a, I bought a proportioning valve. It's out of like a mid-70s Corvette. And this will also work. This has everything you need. Bear with me here. One thing I'm not is a film guy, but I'm working on it. This has everything you would need to also make it work. So if you can't get the Monza thing, you could use this. And it will work. There's a part number on this if you want to check it out. Anyway, like I said, Corvette. So moving back to the car. So we got all that in. I had the booster redone. Got the Monza master cylinder. Buy that at any parts store. The proportioning valve, the gentleman that sold me the stuff was nice enough to give me the proportioning valve with it. I have seen on O'Reilly's website this booster. I don't know if you can get it through there or not, but just saying I've seen it. So that's what happens there. It's all in. Seems to work great. Haven't gone very far with the car, but I probably put about 5 miles on it. It's pretty good. All right, next, the power steering. Now, this was an interesting journey. And before I go on, I just got to send a huge shout out to my guys here that work with me, because they spent a lot of grueling hours with me on this to figure some of this out. I used the donor car, as I said in the last one. What I ended up doing was I went to a CarQuest / Advanced Auto Parts, and I brought in my old box. I'm trying to shine on it here. And they were able to get me another steering box. So I had the box that I got as a core, because the parts car had sat for a long time and it was leaking. Then the power steering pump we put in. I literally got the thing running. I went to drive it out of the garage and the pump broke. So I had to get another pump. Now, something very, very interesting about this. This pump has a very small pulley. And it has a small pulley because of the 4-cylinder engine. It's got to spin a little faster. So I had to find a pump that pulley would press on. You cannot use any other pulley but that diameter pulley, because if you do, right here, it's so close. See, I can't even fit my finger between it. No other pulley will work. So you have to use that smaller pulley. So if you can find, the Monza pump, or the Vega pump, it'll work. All this stuff came out of a 2.3 77 Vega as far as the power steering went. And you have to use the center link. I described about the column and how that works. But once we kind of got it all mocked up and in, everything went really well. Everything moves over to the other side of the engine. See, the alternator's over here now. Now that it's in and it's working, it's very cool. The steering is definitely a little more responsive now, like it's a quicker ratio. But all in all, I'm really happy with these 2 upgrades. If you're considering doing these and you have the resources to do it, do it. You will not regret it. Definitely makes the car drive different. While we were in there, we put together another engine for it, so now we got a fresh new engine in there. So looking forward to driving it. But I just kind of wanted to follow up with, what happened here, because I had a lot of questions. So it's not that hard of a swap. I mean, if you have a decent set of tools and knowledge, you can do this. There's nothing special about me or my guys that work with me. that did this. You could totally do this in your backyard. It's not, you know, you don't need a big fancy shop and, you know, all this crazy stuff to do it. So it can be done, but I highly recommend a donor car. If any of you have any questions, leave a comment or hit me up anytime, Crawford Service. You know, thanks for tuning in. I just figured everybody asked about the car. So there it is real quick. I'm going to do another video on the car, but 72 GT. I've tried to keep this car as original as I can. It came from Texas. I added the front spoiler to it. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do a follow-up on the car, but I wanted to film this while the hood was off because it's just easier to describe it then. But I am going to do a video on the car and, you know, kind of what it's all about and what goes on. A lot of people like it. A lot of people have commented and asked me about this car. So like I said, I'm going to do a video once I get it all cleaned up and back together on the car and its story and the deal is with it and everything else. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and thank every one of you that gave me advice and help on this along the way. Do me a favor, you know, like, subscribe. I'm definitely working on more videos, and I have that orange motion Vega that I'm going to be pulling apart and doing soon. So, you know, I'll be back, but I'm going to be back with another video very soon with this car and just telling about the car itself and what we've done to it. So, once again, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you're all well, and we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day.